Constitution matters. I think a lot of Americans are starting to realize that under the pressure we're under now with this guy we have as president. Oh, get ready, folks. This is just starting. I'm proud I've appointed judges doing their best to be independent, fair, impartial, respecting the rule of law, and upholding the Constitution. I wish I could say the same for the executive branch, which seems doing its best to dismantle the Constitution. Oh, I'm being deadly earnest, man. Which seems to be what's going on. You know, and they're doing it all too often with the help of a Congress that's just sitting in the sidelines and enabled by the highest court in the nation. The rulings they've made. My God. Folks, in our lives, the life of our nation, there are moments so stark that they divide all that came before from everything that followed. Moments that force us to confront hard truths about ourselves, our institutions, and democracy itself. We are, in my view, at such a moment in American history, reflected in every cruel executive outreach, every rollback of basic freedoms, every erosion of long-standing established precedent. We see the law firms bowing to pressure, bending to bullies, instead of staying rooted in justice and the law, including some of the largest newspapers in America. We see the apparent glee some of our politicians express after watching immigrants who are in this country legally, torn from the arms of their family, dragged away in handcuffs from the only home they've ever known. My friends, we need to face the hard truth of this administration. It has been to ease all the gains we've made in my administration, to erase history rather than make it, to erase fairness, equality, to erase justice itself. And that's not hyperbole, that's a fact. Look, folks, we can't sugarcoat this. These are dark days, but you're all here for the same reason. I left that prestigious law firm and the public defender's office to go to the defender's office years ago. It's because our future is literally on the line. We must be unapologetic of fighting for the future. To paraphrase Frederick Douglass, there is no progress without struggle. And I would add, there is no progress without courage. None. Right to the civil rights movement, when Dr. King and Rosa Parks and John Lewis and other giants in our history needed a lawyer for their fight for freedom, they called on a guy named Fred Gray, who's here tonight. Fred, I don't know where you are, but stand up, man. Fred was one of the most important civil rights lawyers in our history. Fred's legal brilliance desegregated schools, secured the right to vote for so many. I was honored to invite Fred to the White House and bestow on him the nation's highest honor, the President's Medal of Freedom. Folks, as a reminder that American history from its start has been a constant push and pull. It's a battle that's never over. As my late friend John Lewis used to say, democracy is a state, not an act. Let's remember that in America, the power belongs to the people. And the way to show that power is by voting. We need everybody to vote. We need everyone to count. So let's reach out to family and friends and neighbors. Let's help them register to vote. And let's remind them, Without voting, nothing is possible. With voting, everything's possible. Folks, let me close with this. When President Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act of 1964, he said the following: "This is a proud triumph. Yet those who founded our country knew that freedom would be secure only if each generation fought to renew and embrace its meaning." It's literal. I taught con law for 10 years in law school. I'd always say that. Every generation has the obligation to defend it. But I never, even though I was a sitting senator at the time, believed we'd get to this point. So let me say directly to the young lawyers in this room, it's time for you to renew the enlarge this meaning. It's time for you to lead the fight. It is. As you close the chapter on the National Bar's first 100 years and chart a course for the next century, it's not enough to honor the heroes that came before us. We need new heroes now. No, we do. We need you to follow in their footsteps. When I was elected, I have the dubious distinction of being elected the youngest senator in American history and the oldest president in American history. It's hell turning 40 twice. Look, some of your potential candidates for office. And when I got elected as the youngest person, I got elected before I could be sworn in. Everybody, and I beat a really very popular guy. Nixon won my state with 60% of the vote. I won by a rousing 3,200 votes. And they'd say, "What's your secret?" What was the secret? There always had to be some secret. And I always told them the same thing, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Same thing. You got to know what's worth losing an election over. What are you willing to stand for? What are you willing to fight for? So let me tell you what that means. To all of you here tonight, those just starting out your careers, and those who've been fighting a good fight all your lives. It means take the client who can't write a big check, but needs protecting the basic fundamental rights. It means sign on to that brief that may draw the ire of people in power, but you know it's the right thing to do. It means standing firm against unconstitutional actions designed to intimidate you. It means write the article, give the speech, lead the protest, defend the ideas that your country is founded on to protect our institutions, to fight for the soul of the nation. Summon the courage, like all those elders here before you did, the people in this room, to commit acts large and small, to bend the arc of the moral universe toward justice, as Dr. King would say. Needs a lot of bending, folks. There's been nothing in the course of our country's history that we haven't been able to accomplish when we stood together. We set our minds to it. We're the only nation in the world with a significant student of history that has come out of every crisis we've got into stronger than we went in. We have to remember who the hell we are. We're the United States of America. There's nothing beyond our capacity. We do it together. So God bless you all. And may God bless the United States of America. We've got a lot of work to do, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, former President Biden brought the House down. A special speech indeed. Let me know what you think about it. Hit subscribe and let's get to 6 million subscribers.
New Midas merch drop. Check out the latest pro-democracy sticker packs, t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, and more. All at store.midastouch.com.